Women from across the country gathered for an inspirational afternoon this past weekend at the Black Women in Media Empowerment event, an afternoon validating the achievements of the Black woman. Phil Taitt had an opportunity to cover the event. Check out some of the coverage here. Miss Sheryl Lee Ralph, we are here at this amazing event honoring women. Tell me, how important was it for you to be here today?
You know something, I got a wonderful invitation, some women that I had met and networked with. They said, we want to have an afternoon where we uplift the woman, the Black woman spirit. And I said, fantastic. As long as you stay on time, I can be there.
That's right, Sheryl. You are on Broadway in Wicked, making history as the first African-American star to play Madam on Broadway. Tell me, how does it feel to be such a trailblazer and to make that history?
You know something, I always say, my parents always raised me to do good, to do great, to be kind to people. So in breaking this barrier, being the first African American to play it on Broadway, an African American did it on the road, but to be able to bring the role to Broadway and bring the spice that we bring as women of color and culture, I'm very happy about it. Very happy. I play a role, Madame Morrible, and so many people say, I've seen the show before, but I don't remember Madame Morrible. But I'll never forget her now. And I feel so good about that. And I love doing the show. Wicked is a really wonderful show. It's very, very timely. It's 13 years on Broadway. We're still to capacity, selling those tickets. And I love seeing black and brown faces in the audience now. It's really great.
That's right. And this is not your first time on Broadway. Let me just note that you are a Tony-winning star. And this is not your first time to Broadway, as you played the role of Dina in Dreamgirls. Tell me, how did all that training so long ago prepare you for this role and your resurgence on Broadway?
Well, I'm glad you brought up the word training. A lot of people think you just wake up and you roll out and you get on TV. You host your own show. You get on Broadway. You know, they think you just roll out of bed and do that. You just wake up like this and have a hit song. No, it takes a bit of work. It takes a bit of training. It takes a bit of preparation. And those who are trained up and prepared usually last the longest. So I'm looking at this crop of women that are out there now. Viola, Niecy, Kerry Washington, and all of that doing their thing. And I'm like, yeah, babies, that's what this is all about.
And just before we go, you've had such a legendary career. What do you want your career to stand for? You've been known for someone with dignity, with class, and with grace. But what do you want to be remembered for?
I don't know, because I've had those moments where I've thought to myself, wanting the best for yourself and for others, doing the best for yourself and doing others, does it really matter? Because sometimes it feels like it doesn't matter. And there's some people who are quick to tell you, why are you always trying to do good? Why are you always trying to save somebody? And it's like, really what I'm trying to do is do good for myself. I'm really trying to save myself, because that way I'll be strong enough to help you, because obviously you don't realize that you need it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by the Phil Taitt Show, and all the best to you. Hi, I'm here with Letisha Berry Bereola. Tell me, how important was it for you to be here this afternoon?
You know, it was actually a big surprise. I found out this morning that I had a flight booked to New York City and then I was an honoree here. And so it kind of hit me all at one time. I'm still taking it all in, and I feel incredibly honored to be here. I mean, I live in Jacksonville, Florida, so being in New York City around movers and shakers like this is really inspiring for me.
You have been in media for so long. For 7 years, you've been doing your thing, definitely being a trailblazer and inspiring so many young girls to follow in the industry. Tell me, what would you say to people who say it's too hard to break into the industry? You've done it. What would your piece of advice be?
Man, so local news is a great place for people to start if they're interested in journalism and for being in front of the camera. I would say be ready to not be so glamorous. Local news is a hard business. There's deadlines. You're out in the elements. It's raining. It's sunshine. It's hot in Florida. So I would say if you really want it, be willing to work extremely hard doing anything in the industry and working your way up. In some cases, you have to go to Idaho or South Dakota, tiny, tiny news markets to one day get to number one like New York City. So just humble yourself, work hard, and you'll make it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by the Phil Taitt Show, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the brunch.
Thank you so much.
All right. Miss Patrice Covington, we're here at this wonderful event where you are also being honored. Tell me, how important was it for you to be here this afternoon?
It's so important. It's such a big deal to me. It's actually my first award ever, individual award. So I'm really, really grateful and thankful to be up in the building. Yeah.
That's awesome. And you're not any ordinary visual artist, but you are a Broadway star. You've been in Broadway plays such as The Color Purple, Motown the Musical. Tell me, how important is it for black musicals to be in these arenas and for our stories to be told?
It's so super important because our people don't go unless they see familiar faces. But also it's important because for people who don't look like us, they can see that we're more than what they would expect. Our story was just an American story told by black people. And at the end of the story, it didn't matter. It could be anybody because the story changes people's lives regardless of what race.
What type of black woman are you?
All that.
All that.
I'm excited. I'm grateful. I'm loyal. I'm a good sister, a good friend, and I'm a hard worker.
What would you say to so many other black actresses and actors who want to be on the stages that you're on and who want to break into the acting and film industries, and they say that this window is so small? What would you say to them?
Do the work, ask questions, reach out. People are so much more attainable these days because of social media. And be specific with what you want to know. Ask real questions. Don't just say, do you have any advice? Because certainly we do. But ask specific questions. What do you really want to know? And don't be afraid. Just ask those questions.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by the Phil Taitt Show. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and congratulations on your honor. All right. Judge Lauren Lake, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. It's great to be here.
And you look great as well.
Thank you.
We are here at the Black Women in Media event. Tell me, how important was it for you to be here? You are one of the honorees.
It was very important. I literally cut another engagement short just to be here because I think it's very important for especially women of color to get in one room and celebrate each other and also draw on inspiration that comes from hearing each other's stories and validating our experiences, especially in this business. It's not easy.
That's awesome. We know you from many shows where you are telling your opinion as it is. Yeah. Tell me, how important is it for black women to be seen more and more on TV, on screen, on film, and all over the world?
Well, it's important. I mean, it is very important. I have to say, I get letters and emails daily, and I hear so many young women say, because of you, I feel like I want to be a lawyer. Because of you, I feel like I can start my own business. And look, I find myself to be a very inspiring person. But I think this is more than just the words I speak. This is just the visual. This is allowing young women to see women that look just like themselves. And I think the visual of that is just, it's invaluable. So I think it is very important for us to be on television, but also to share our stories.
That's right.
Because they're different. And then we have unique experiences. And I think that's what the powerful thing is when we get in rooms like this, we're able to share stories that have fueled our success and pass that on to another young woman.
And what would you say to young African American girls who want to get into law and who want to become judges and sit on the tables that you sit at?
Develop what I call the limitless mindset. Limitless living. It's about overcoming each and every obstacle, thinking outside the box, showing up even when it's inconvenient or difficult or tough. And when you do show up, it's not just about showing out, but it's also carrying with you a level of excellence that will separate you, that will hold you apart from any other person in that room. That's what it takes to be successful.
That's right. Well, Judge Lauren, thank you so much for stopping by the Phil Taitt Show. Congratulations on your honor.
Thank you.
We wish you nothing more than the best and keep inspiring us daily as you're already doing. All right, thank you. Miss Demetria Lucas, you are here honored today at the Black Women in Media event. Tell me, how important was it for you to be here today?
It was everything. I was on vacation yesterday and I flew back just for this event because it's really important to be here. You don't work for the awards or the accolades, but when you get them, it's very honored. And it's a room full of amazing women. Like, this lineup is like crazy.
Sheryl.
Yes, I'm like, if I was not being honored, I would be paying to be here because I want to be around all these fabulous women. So,
of course. Demetria, you have done so much. You have done so much commentary on Being Mary Jane. When I tell you that you are hilarious with your cup of tea, bobbing your head and just telling the truth and telling it how it is. And it's also taken you to being in commercials for Being Mary Jane. Tell me, how has that experience been?
You know, it was an amazing experience. BET, Pantene, they came to me. I've been recapping Being Mary Jane. It's one of my favorite shows. interesting representation.
Very
of
much
Black
so.
women. Can't say always good, but it's an interesting representation. It's sometimes very honest and gets to the uncomfortable truth about a lot of things that Black women face. So to go from recapping it for my blog and then to YouTube and then, on TV with BET and Pantene, absolutely amazing, wonderful experience. And hopefully they'll bring me back for the second half of the season.
Right.
Hint, hint, BET. If y'all watching, hint, hint. But yeah.
And you two have been very honest. You are an author. You are a motivational speaker. What do you want your message to African American little girls and even teenagers and young adults to be?
I want women to find their voice, have their voice, and use their voice loudly with the bass in it. But you have an opinion, you have a brain, you have a voice. Speak it and use it loudly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Demetria, congratulations on your honor. We wish you nothing more than the best. Thank you for stopping by the Phil Taitt Show and enjoy the rest of the brunch. Thank you so much. All righty. Bye.